What is going on, comic fam? It's me, Vincent Mclean, the Comic Machine, and I am back again with another Thursday video. You guys are amazing. I just surpassed 450 subscribers. I cannot thank you enough for the support. Thank you very much. Today's topic is definitely one that if you've ever owned comic books and you've ever thought about getting new books, and the only way to do that is you want to sell some of your collection off, that's what today's topic is about, is when you regret selling comic books, but with a twist, getting redemption for selling that comic book that you just you just worked so hard to get, and then you're like, you know what, I'm gonna give it back to the community, or I need to sell this because I need to get this other book or something else comes on, and time passes and you're looking at prices and you're just like, oh my god, I don't even know what to do anymore. And then you finally find that book again and you pick it up. That's what today's about. So I'm gonna give you guys some insight into my melon up here about how that went about and what I got back into the PC. So let's get into it. All right, so here's what happened. I have been collecting comics for like, what, 2.5, 3+ years, somewhere around in that time frame, and I'm always going for the keys. I'm always trying to find those super awesome books, as many of you are also doing. One of the books within the series that I really wanted to get was issue number 8 of Neil Gaiman's Sandman, and that's the first appearance of Death, okay? So I've been on the lookout for that book forever. I just look everywhere, looking at online sales and stuff, but I was mostly looking for it like physically at stores, because it's just like one of those where it's kind of hard to find, but it also might be there and might be a better price. So I was at Titan Comics, of course, because that's my go-to place looking for back issues, and he had a copy of that in his back issue bids for like 20 bucks, and it was like an 8.5, somewhere in there. A really nice book. So I picked up the book and I've held on to it for a long time. Since then, I got my issue number 4 and a 9.6. I got my raw copy of Sandman issue number 1. So I had all 3 of those big major keys out of that set, out of that series. Cut to one of Skeff's Comic Knowledge's live auctions that we did on YouTube, and I'm sitting there and I'm just slinging books back and forth, and somebody in the community while we were doing that was asking about Sandman books, and between me and the other guys, I was the only one that had Sandman books, and I was really cautious and skeptical, not skeptical, but I really wasn't looking to sell it. But I went ahead and did it. I made a decent profit off of it, like 200% pretty much, and gave back to the community, and that person got that book. They've been looking for it. Ever since then, guys, I have been regretting selling that book ever since then, because my thought process and how I decide which books of a series and how many, or of a run or whatever, in my head, it's very specific, and there's just a certain way that makes sense in my brain. It probably doesn't make sense in anybody else's brain, obviously, because my brain's not in their brain. So the fact that I was missing that book was really kind of screwing with me. I'm not normally a run collector or anything like that. Sometimes I will have runs and stuff, or other times, I'll have individual books and stuff like that, but I'll have certain runs and portions of it. And even if I'm skipping some books, that's fine, but it has to make sense. So like within the Neil Gaiman Sandman series, the issues to have are 1, 4, and 8. I'm sure there's probably other issues as well, but those are the 3 big ones. And especially with the series coming out, and there's been a lot of stuff showing with the actresses and the actors that are selected and confirmed to play these roles, and all that kind of stuff going on. These books have slowly started to climb. Trying to find an issue number 8 for less than $100 is really hard to find. However, I found me probably the best deal that I could get for this book. I now have issue number 8 back in my personal collection for some solid, super solid redemption, because it didn't feel right. I needed to have the book back, especially because I have the other 2. I needed it. Like, I needed it. It's like, this is bad, but it's almost kind of like the OCD-ness that Sheldon Cooper from The Big Bang Theory has, where he has to knock 3 times. It's like that. That's literally how I was feeling. So I now finally got issue number 8 back in the PC. Now this one definitely has a lot more damage. The biggest thing right here that's very visible is this little white color rub right here, right in the middle. And there's some serious, spine ticks going on here. I don't know how it got crunched up or scrunched up or whatever, but there's a lot down here. Some are color breaking, some aren't, but unless you really look at it, you can't really tell. However, I picked this book up for 65 bucks. Now, I paid 3 times as much than my first one in a lesser grade, if that shows anything about the market and like this book specifically, okay? This is a big book, first appearance of Death, and with all the hype coming from the Sandman series, it's just hard to find the book in a decent price. And I'm a bargain guy. I'm trying to find the best price for the best grade that makes sense to me, that I'm okay with paying. So the fact that I found this, and I had to jump on it because I've been looking sporadically and no deals are there, and I finally found one. So this is the redemption. This is the redemption story, okay? Whenever you have some seller's regret and then you're looking to get that book back in your personal collection. Honestly, out of everything I've sold previously and given away, this is the only one that I really wasn't entirely sure about like parting ways with. So hopefully I don't have too many more of these, but that was the one that just happened, and I got that book in today, and I'm super excited to share with you guys. So there you go. That's my story. I'm running with it and I'm sticking with it. Hopefully you guys can relate and understand, and let me know your experiences too, if you have had any of those similar experiences, and what'd you end up doing. So put that down below. You guys have been amazing. I hit 450. I can't believe it. We're getting that much closer to 500 subscribers for that giveaway. Please make sure you go check out that video. Make sure you comment so you can be entered to win when I do that live. You guys are awesome. I'm gonna catch you on the flip side. Peace.